All right, so let's start the demo. First of all, thank you so much for joining the today's demo organized by Ellipse Education. First of all, let me introduce myself. Hello, everyone. I am Abhishek Agarwal. I am a Microsoft certified Azure data engineer. Uh, I am having like 8 years of working, 8 years of experience totally into my Azure cloud domain. And to in the today's demo with me, Vail Murugan will be assisting us. He has 15 years of experience working in Apache Spark, Databricks, Hadoop, AWS technology, right? And he will be the mentor for the today's course. I am helping him to just host it, organize it, and from those purpose, right? So let me introduce Education Ellipse in general, what we do, right? So we started teaching back in COVID, and then we started teaching people the projects which we are doing in the company, and we started from our friends. Then we started like teaching few other people recommended by our friends, and then we it helped our friends, and then slowly so it started helping people. So we thought of doing it as a part time in a proper fashion. So we opened Education Ellipse. Here we basically teach the projects which we do in the our company, right? So I basically teach all the projects which I do in my company or in the past experience from the Azure side, and Vale teaches all his projects and everything from the AWS side. That is what he does. And as I told, right, so we basically teach a real-time projects, right? And the people who are here joined from one basic agenda that all of you want to switch your profile to AWS cloud domain, right? And whenever you want to switch your profile to AWS cloud domain or any cloud domain, what are the things you need? You first of all need a relevant project, relevant skill set, and then you need to basically prepare your resume, right? And then you need to understand how to introduce yourself in the interview, how to introduce a project in the interview, all of that you need, right? So we will assist you with all of this. We will basically provide you real-time project experience. We will also help you in the interview, resume building, mock interview, all those things. We will also assist you. That too, like with the professionals who are working in the industry right now, such as me working in Azure and Vail is working in AWS, and we have a limited batch size, right? So in AWS data engineering batch, we are taking 20 students. So we started a morning batch a few days back, and then it has like 20 students right now. And for evening batch as well, similarly, we are looking for 20 students, right? And then we got around 10, 11 registration already, right? The batch is starting from tomorrow. So still we have like 5, 6 people left, which we want to enroll, right? And so yeah, this is what we do. We basically provide you real-time experience, real-time projects, interview preparation, and everything in a small batch size kind of a thing where you can work with working professionals, and then you can learn a project, you can implement a project, and then you can write those projects in your resume, and then basically show that project in the interview, right? That is what you can do. And as I told you that, hey, it's a personalized learning, hands-on training, resume building, and mock interview. And some of you have joined virtually, right? So you basically, we are new to us. So you need some sort of a guarantee as well when you're joining. So we basically give a 7-day refund policy as well, right? So if you're not satisfied with any sort of a like course or teaching style or anything, you can also avail a refund in 7 days. And then we have a price guarantee as well. So if you find a similar course anywhere in the market in less of a price, you can come back to us and we will either match the price or give you the course for free if the price difference is huge. That guarantee also we give, right? Now, as I told you that we have a live courses, right? And also we have a like live courses of Azure and AWS, and then similarly we have a recorded material of Azure and AWS, right? We have both of it, and you can check out the reviews and everything. Now let me go to the AWS curriculum where the demo which we are having today. So today we will be learning about, hey, what is cloud data engineering is right for you or not, and what are the tools you can learn, how much coding you need to do, what are the steps to switch your career, and what are the certification you can do by doing this particular course, right? and in the end we will give you some offers and everything, right? And then this course is ideal for the people who are looking for a AWS training, right? And has a basic knowledge about SQL and Python, looking for upskill in AWS technologies such as AWS Glue, S3, Athena, Delta Lake, Snowflake, Kinesis, Lambda, RDS. This course will provide you 3 to 4 years of industry experience, right? And all of this I already described. So you can basically go check out the course curriculum over here. We cover basically two real-time projects and one streaming project. That is what we cover. Architecture diagram is already there. And then you can also check out the Wales profile, LinkedIn profile, what are the work and project he has done in the past, right? And then you can go through his profile as well, try to get it, try to understand things, right? And then you can similarly check the profile of the people. So some of the people have a LinkedIn profile as well, which you can also go and check out. And after the course curriculum, we will give you the certificate as well, so that you can show that certificate in your resume, right? After you basically show us the projects, right? We will give you the certificate, and this is the price for the live course and also the recording. But in the end of the demo, we will give you some discount so that you can enroll for the course. And the people who are not here for any sort of a course kind of a thing, here for some sort of a knowledge, then you'll understand that, hey, what are the tools I should learn, how I should go for an interview, what kind of a thing I should focus on, codings required or not. So all of that question also you can answer and understand in the today's demo if you're not looking for any sort of a course. So this is the summary about everything, right? Now, before coming to the demo, I was just trying to go through the all the question which you people have, right? So these are the general question which people have generally. What is cloud? Why AWS? What is data engineering? What is cloud and modern data cloud platform, right? And I'm a fresher. I have a career gap. I am 5 years or 5 to 10 years of experience. Can I switch? How I can switch? I am eligible for the course or not, right? I am from Power BI background. I am from SSIS background. I am from Informatica background. Can I switch? How I can switch? Coding is required or not? How much coding is required? How will do the live project? How will practice in AWS and Snowflake? How much experience I can show by learning a current thing, right? Now, how will approach the interview? How will handle the scenario with interview question? And then the question regarding that, hey, how my learning journey will look like, right? And how the doubts will be how we will clear the doubts and everything, right? And in the end of the demo, we will give you some discount so that you can enroll for the course. The course is starting from tomorrow. So you can enroll, you can start from tomorrow only, right? So the course is starting from tomorrow. And we are still looking for 5, 6 people for the batch, right? So this is the summary about everything, right? Now now everything will be covered if we go through this particular agenda point, which I will show you now. Give me a moment. All right, so this is the agenda point, right? So I already given the introduction. Then Vail will take you through why cloud, what is data engineering, what are the tools you should learn, how much coding you should do, right? Roadmap and everything. And then we'll stop for some time so that you can ask question. And then I will show you the learning journey and then how you can prepare for the interview, what are the certification you can do, and what is the salary you can expect. And then in the end, we will give you some offers for the enrollment, right? So this is a summary about everything. Now I will hand over to Vail so that he can continue. And then after that, I will take over and then I will explain few of the things to you. Okay. And now between the demo, if your voice is if my voice is not clear, if my voice is not clear, if my screen is not visible, please type in the chat. Chat option will be always open, right? So you can always type in the chat if my voice is not clear, or if screen is not visible, or if Wales voice is not clear, screen is not visible, you can type in the chat. And if you need the recording or if you're interested for the course, right? If you need the recordings for the today's session, please type your number in the chat box so that we can reach out to you and give it the recording and clarify your questions as well, right? So please type your number in the chat so that we can share the recording with you. Now I will I will ask Wade to share his screen and then continue the demo. Thank you so much. All right, give me a moment. Wade, I think you can share your screen now.
Yeah, thanks, Abhishek. Yeah, I'll share my screen. Hi everyone, this is Vail here. This is about myself. So I have 16 plus years of experience. I've worked on distributed applications, backend applications, and like a different data platform, uh, data engineering systems. And I worked on big data applications, Hadoop, all this thing on premises, and then moved into cloud. So I've used AWS, Azure, and then I've used Databricks, Snowflake. So I've worked on different databases, NoSQL database, data warehouse for different systems. So I have versatile experience working with enterprise services, startups like that. I have multiple kind of experience. Okay, that's about myself. So we will get into the today's agenda. So first, we will discuss like why cloud. So what is the reason for cloud? And so that is the first thing we'll discuss. Then why data engineering? And as a data engineer, what we do. So what will be our roles and responsibility and what how we do it, why it is important in organizations. We'll discuss about that. Then we will discuss about in the course what we will cover and what are the AWS services we are going to focus in the course. And then we will discuss about the syllabus, projects, everything in detail. Okay, let us start. So why cloud? What is the reason of cloud? So if you see 10 years back, companies were operating on physical servers where they had data centers, they had a monolithic architecture. That means companies were having application which is running on premises. But if you see now, it's not the same. The applications are running in microservices architecture. It's running in containers, and they have multiple services running, and they're scaling up to large extents. Okay, so the company has architecture which is highly scalable, so it can withstand a huge amount of load. Okay, so when it is faster, so you can see now how the technologies have evolved. So how a company has moved from an on-premises to cloud, and why did it go, and how they are building their microservices architecture, and how they have evolved with the cloud. Okay, so cloud provides you, like they provide you like infrastructure, so you don't have to build the infrastructure. So that was the complexity before. So when I'm going to work on any enterprise platform, infrastructure was a bigger problem. So they had their own data center, managing their data center or hosting a missions and then maintaining monitoring the missions was a bigger headache for companies. That is where cloud provider came in. And in the cloud, they say you can provision the services, you can provision the virtual machines. You, if you want storage, if you want VM or network, right? We will provide you all the infrastructure. You can build applications and focus on building applications. So you can build microservices architecture. You can build applications like analytical application, machine learning application, generative AI application. So your cloud made companies' life easier by providing infrastructure. Okay, so we can easily provision. So provision means creating. You can easily create like storage account. I can create my containers, VMs. I can create applications, network, security. So in the cloud, you can easily provision and create multiple resources. Okay, and you can build application. You can build web applications. You can build mobile applications or analytical applications, business application, enterprise application. So different kind of application you can build on the cloud. Okay, so and startups, when startups were building a lot of application, they use cloud, which is cost effective. They don't need a big infrastructure or cost, right? So it reduces their cost also. Okay, so and cloud is highly scalable. So I can easily scale up, build a scalable environment on the cloud. Because when your user base is increasing, when large volume of data is coming in, you should automatically scale up your environment. Okay, if I had on-premises, adding machines or removing machine was a complex, but cloud, it's easier to work on the cloud. Okay, so let us go. Now I'll go to AWS. So you can see in the browser, I have logged into AWS. So you can see if you have browser, you can easily create account and log into AWS account. And in AWS, you have 200 plus services. So if I want to create machines, I want to create compute. So if I want to create Linux machines, I can go to EC2, create Linux machines. I can create Linux or Windows or Mac. I can create an operating system and quickly spin up like machines. Okay, so if you want to create containers, if you want to create like a Docker based environment, you can go for container services, ECS or EKS. Or if you want to store large amount of data, I want to store large amount of data. I'm working on some media use case. I want to store media files like video files, audio files, or I'm working for some IoT system where I'm getting a lot of information. So I want to store the data, large amount of data, so I can do machine learning, so I can do AI. So for that, you need to store large amount of data. That is where S3 comes into play. So S3 is a data lake which you can store unstructured data. You can store large amount of data in S3. It provides you a bucket, you can create folders, and you can store large amount of data. I can store any kind of data. Okay, so if you want to store large amount of data, you will go for storage. If you want to store structured data, let us say I have customers, I have product, I want to store their relational data. I can go to database, I can go to RDS, create a relational system. I can create a MySQL, Oracle. I can create anything on the cloud. Okay, so like this, AWS provides 200 plus services for building applications, enterprise applications, or web applications. You can use all the services. So I can build machine learning applications, or I can do analytics, or I can do IoT, business applications. So they provide various services. So companies use the services and build application on top of this. Okay, so that is the advantage of cloud. So cloud helps you to create the infrastructure quickly, and you can work on the infrastructure quickly and build your applications very fast. That is the advantage of cloud, and it is you can pay only for the use. That means whenever time you are going to use it, after that you can pay it. So it's easier to manage, it's easier to access and use. You are accessing from browser and using from browser. So that is why cloud is heavily used in enterprise for developing applications, different kind of applications. Okay, now let us come to the next part. So cloud provides you like APIs where you can create the resources by using automations. Okay, so I want to create different kind of applications. I can write scripts and create my infrastructure. So your cloud provides you option to automate your creation of resources. That helps company because in enterprise you have multiple environments. We have dev, stage, QA, prod, like 4 to 5 environments. So whatever I'm doing in dev, I have to replicate it in other environments. So that becomes a complexity. And when you're working on applications, enterprise applications, you have to deploy it in all the places. So cloud provides a easier option where I can write code and create my resources. So I can deploy the same code in multiple environments. Okay, I can replicate the same resource, whatever I have in dev, I can create in stage, prod, production environment. So that helps enterprise to quickly build applications, to quickly like create enterprise applications and get into production. Okay, that is how companies are using cloud, so they can build a rapid application and get into production. Okay, so we have seen so far what is cloud and how automation helps and how it helps company to build application faster. Now let us go and see what is data engineering and what data engineering is trying to solve. Okay, let us go into data engineering. So in a modern system, in an enterprise, we can say any sector, right? Let us say a sector like banking or healthcare or education, manufacturing, energy, transportation, like a lot of sectors. You can say around all the sectors, data engineering plays a major role because it provides a lot of value. If you collect the data, then only can do intelligence. It can be analytics, it can be advanced analytics like machine learning or AI. So you need to collect the data. So if I collect the data, then only I can do like lot of intelligence. Okay, so collecting this data is the first process and unifying the data. So you have multiple sources. Like if you take any sector here, right, industries here, they have multiple business within the organization, so business group within the organization. They have like different teams working together. So they use different application also. So what will happen is you have to collect data from different sources, Then you have to unify the data. Then only you can like do intelligence from the data. So that is where company build a data platform. So they have a data platform. The data platform, it's within the organization for collecting the sources of from data from the sources and storing it into the storage layer so they can do intelligence. So the intelligence can be analytics, it can be a simple analytics, or it can be machine learning or AI. So in the organization, they have a data platform. So data platform, they store different kind of data. They store unstructured data, they store unstructured data, they store semi-structured data. So different kind of data. And they collect data in a different mode. They collect data daily, they collect data hourly and minutes also. So streaming activity happens, they collect different data in different modes. So these data are stored into storage layer and then the intelligent is done. Okay. So in organizations, the data platform is the place where data are collected from different sources. Source can be, it can be a database, it can be ERP systems, it can be enterprise applications, it can be like a SaaS products. The company use different products. In organizations like enterprise company, they use multiple applications for customer engagement. They use Salesforce for managing or planning a system better. They use ERP system like SAP or ERP. That means they want to plan the enterprise work in a better way. They use ERP systems or SAP. Okay, they have their own databases. Like they have their own database. They have their own data warehouse also. Okay, so in organizations there are multiple applications. So from all this application, they collect the data and they bring it to the storage layer. Then they do intelligence. Okay, so this we call it as a data platform. In data platform, you have multiple data pipelines. Okay, data pipeline is to collect the data and then process the data, do transformations and store it. So this is where, as a data engineer, we work on all these layers. So we may work on ingestion layer, storage layer, cataloging, processing or consumption layer. So we may work on any of this layer. So we may collect the data from ERP systems, database, Salesforce, or web applications. So we collect the data, store it into data warehouse or data lake, and then you do data processing. You do data processing by writing SQL or Python, then that data is used by your consumers. So we act between the producers and consumers. So as a data engineering team, we work on building data pipelines. We work on extracting, transforming, and loading the data. And we use data lake, data warehouse. We use different storage systems for storing the data. And that data is used by consumers. Okay, so we collect the data from different sources and the consumers are going to use it. So in organization, if there is only one source, think that there is one source, they don't need a data platform. Okay, if they have multiple source, then only data platform comes into picture, data engineering comes into picture. Okay, so if they are going to have only one source, then you don't need a data platform at all, and they don't need a data engineering team. So whatever we are discussing is for enterprise where they have multiple sources and multiple applications. So any modern system, right? They may have multiple sources and they are going to have data engineering and data platform. Okay. So this is what data engineering is about. We work on the data platform. We work on any of this layer. We may work on ingestion layer or storage layer or cataloging layer. We use data warehouse, we use data lake, we write data pipelines, we do transformations, we do the data processing. Okay, this is what we do it. Now let us see in the course what are the AWS services we will be using it. So let us see that. So in the course, we are going to use S3 basic services like AWS services, S3 for as a data lake for storing large amount of data, and we will use IAM for permissions, policies, everything. We'll use IAM. We will use RDS for structured data, for storing structured data, managing structured data, and we will use Spark for ETL transformations. So we will use Spark. We will use Glue here. Glue is the cluster framework. We will run Spark on Glue and EMR. We will use EMR and Glue, and we will learn Spark. We are going to do transformation using Spark. So we are going to write ETL transformation using SQL or Python. So this is how in the industry, in a data platform, they use Spark. So like Spark, you can run it on any cluster framework. You can run it on Databricks, or you can run it on Glue. Okay, or you can run it on Microsoft Fabric also. So like learning Spark, you can adapt easily to do transformations on multiple platforms. It can be AWS, it can be Azure. So that is why we are focusing on Spark and we are running it on Glue. So other than that, we will be using DynamoDB for NoSQL system. NoSQL database, we will use DynamoDB. We will use Athena for writing validation query, and for summary reports, for reporting, we will use Athena. And here, we will use Terraform for the automation. So we are going to write for creating the resources, for creating the infrastructure. AWS, you can create the services from UI. We will see that also, how to create from UI. We will also use Terraform for automation, because in real world they use automation for creating the infrastructure. So we will use Terraform here. We will learn Terraform. So we will create resources using Terraform, and then we will use event-driven functionality here. So we are going to use Lambda for event-driven functionalities. We will use step functions, event bridge. So different event bridge, like event-driven architecture we are going to learn. Okay, that is what we are going to do. And along with that, we are going to use Snowflake as a data warehouse. So we are going to learn Snowflake and Airflow here. Mainly, why Snowflake? For a data warehouse. So we are going to use Snowflake as a data warehouse, and we are going to learn basics about like how to load data, how to load bulk data, everything in Snowflake, and also streaming data. So for the streaming scenario, we are going to use Snowflake. So these are the services we are going to focus. So let me get into the syllabus. Give me a few minutes. Okay, you can see the syllabus here. So we are starting from basics. So if you have basic knowledge in SQL and Python, you can learn this, because we are going to use some basic Python and then basic SQL here. Okay, so we are starting from basics about cloud. We are starting with S3, IAM, and then we are like getting into Spark architecture, data frames, and then Glue, and then automations. Automation using Boto 3 and Terraform. So we'll be using Terraform on Boto 3 for automations. Then we are learning Glue Catalog, RDS, DynamoDB, and we are working on project here. So first project will be completed in the first few days. So I think like 13th day we'll be completing the first project. So after that, we will work on advanced concepts like partitions, Spark UI, optimizations. So we'll work on the advanced concept. Then we will get into data lakehouse architecture. So we will learn Iceberg here, open table format. And then we will get into event bridge, Lambda, step functions, medallion architecture, building a medallion architecture. So we will build a event-driven pipeline. Okay, so we are working on 3 projects here. First project is a batch processing pipeline. Second project is an event-driven pipeline. And third project is streaming pipeline. So we are starting Snowflake. We are learning Snowflake basics and getting into streaming about streaming architecture in Snowflake. And we are implementing the third project. So we are going to cover 3 projects here. So the first project is a batch processing pipeline. We use Glue, RDS, S3, and we build a batch processing pipeline. So we use Athena, we use Glue Catalog for storing the data, validating the data, and we use Power BI to visualize the data here. And the second project, we are building a medallion architecture. Here we will be learning event-driven flow. So we are going to use step functions, we are going to use Lambda, and we are going to work on an event-driven architecture. We'll use Iceberg here. And then the third project is streaming pipeline. So where we are going to collect data from Kinesis, and we are going to build a streaming pipeline in Snowflake. Then we are going to work on a streaming use case. So these are the 3 projects we are going to work. Okay. So here, as I said earlier, so we are covering ingestion layer, orchestration, cataloging, data processing, and data target. So we are covering all the different layer in a data platform. So we are trying to analyze what is data ingestion, and we are going to see here, we will learn about how you can do ingestion from database, how you can do ingestion from streaming system, how you can do ingestion from like SFTP system. So we will learn all this thing on ingestion side, data ingestion. So we will learn orchestration. So we will learn orchestration using Glue Workflow Manager. You will learn orchestration using step function. You will learn orchestration using Airflow. So three orchestration system you are going to learn. And cataloging will use Glue Crawler and Glue Catalog. So we will learn this also. And data processing, we'll learn Glue and EMR here. So we are going to learn in the data platform, we are going to learn all these services. And in the data target, we are going to learn data lake. We are going to learn data warehouse. For data warehouse, we are going to use Snowflake and Lakehouse formation for permissions. For permissions, we are going to use Lakehouse formation. And we will learn SNS, CloudWatch, and then Cloud Trial, everything we will learn. So we will use Athena for validating the query. We will use Power BI for visualizations. So these are the things we are going to use. We are learning in the data platform. And here we are going to use Spark. Why Spark? Because Spark can read and write data from different sources. So in enterprise, there are going to be multiple sources. So for that to read and write data in bulk format, so Spark has a high distributed computing, which can easily do it. Okay, so for big data processing, we are going for Spark. So if the data is less, we will use Lambda here. If the data is huge, we will use Spark. So in Spark can read from different sources and write it to different sources. So we are learning for transformations, we are learning Spark. Okay. And we are learning data warehouse, we are learning data lake, we are learning Gen 3 architecture, generation 3 architecture. So in generation 3, we are learning Lakehouse architecture. So how we are building Lakehouse? By using Iceberg, we are building Lakehouse. Okay, so this is the advanced concept which is built currently in organizations. So in the older generation 1 or generation 2, they use data warehouse or they use data lake. But in the current data platform, they use Lakehouse architecture. So in Lakehouse, where they can do updates, deletes, they can maintain versions, and they can replace your data warehouse. Okay, it's cheaper solution where company build on the data lake. And in AWS, we use Iceberg for building Lakehouse. Okay, if you are using Databricks, they use Delta Lake, but in AWS, we use Iceberg. So in this course, we are going to learn about Iceberg and how to build Lakehouse architecture, build a medallion framework on the Lakehouse. Okay, so that is what we are going to learn in the second project. Okay, so these are the architecture we are going to learn, and these are the project we are going to learn. So any questions from anyone? So we have discussed about the syllabus, we have discussed about the different projects and the architecture which we are going to learn in the course. So any questions from anyone? So you can unmute yourself. Yeah, and you can ask
Yes, I can
questions.
ask question. Somebody asked in the chat field that what is event-driven functionality?
So he can see here, I'm showing the second project. So event driven is normally batch processing. You schedule the work at a particular time. So daily file is coming at 10 o'clock. You schedule it at a interval and the workflow runs. What about the file comes at 9:30 or what file comes at 11 o'clock? If it is lately arrived or if it is coming earlier, but you are going to run it on a schedule basis at 10 o'clock. So daily you are going to run at 10 o'clock. So that has been changed now. So event driven. So it's a like whenever a file arrives, I can trigger my pipeline. Okay, so when based on the file arrival, I can based on the event, any event, right? Here file arrival is an event. Like that, it can be a different event. It can be email. On an email trigger, you can execute a data pipeline, or based on some actions, you can perform a actions. You can perform a data pipeline. So like common use cases on file arrival. So whenever file arrives, I process it immediately. So I don't have a standard time. So file it comes at 9:30 also I'm going to process it. File comes at 10:30 also I'm going to process. File comes lately also I'm going to process. So you can see here, this is the event driven pipeline where we receive the data through SFTP. The file arrives through SFTP and I trigger through event bridge and I call my step function, and my step function will call lambda, glue, and it will trigger all the other components. So this can, you can build a data pipeline here, and you can process your data whenever your data is arrived, you can process it. That is the advantage of event driven architecture.
I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So I'm new to IT background. I've only learned SQL and Python recently. So is this still a good course to join in? I'm actually trying to go this data engineering route.
So you know basics about Python and SQL.
Yes.
Yeah, you can join. So here we are learning the modern architecture, and we are learning the latest tools, so which will help you actually.
Okay. And also we don't need to have any background with AWS, right? We'll
No,
all
you
be
don't need that. Here in the syllabus, we are starting from basics, from creating an account and then monitoring the cloud account. We are going to learn everything. So from the basics, we are going to start on the AWS.
okay. And one other question that I had is, your website says something about if we are doing these three projects, you can get like 3 years of experience. Does that mean that once you finish these three projects during the course, it's equivalent to working like 3 years?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
How
yeah,
much expertise
exactly.
you're going to get?
Yeah, so this is all our enterprise project. We are trying to cover a bigger project, which in the organization will take 1 year to complete. So that we are implementing it. So if you can learn it, and so you can project yourself, you have 3 years of experience.
Okay.
Okay, Abhishek will be explaining about that later in the section. Okay, so other thing is, so what are the tools we need? So you are going to use local your Visual Studio Code. You need Visual Studio Code. You need AWS account. You can go for free trial account. So you don't need a like you can create a free trial account using email ID, and even Snowflake. We are going for free trial account. Okay, Snowflake, you can use your email ID and create a free trial account. So you can use that for 30 days. After 30 days, you can create one more free trial account and use it. For Snowflake, it's free. And AWS also can use free trial account. And I'll tell you how to monitor the cost, how you can efficiently use it. I'm going to tell it in the course. Okay. So any questions about the syllabus, about the projects, or about the architecture, different architecture, about data engineering?
Are you covering Kafka also? Or
We will not use Kafka here. Instead of that, we are going to use Kinesis. As I said here, for streaming, right? So for streaming, you can use Kafka or you can use Kinesis or PubSub or Eventup. As we are in AWS, we are going to use AWS Kinesis here. That will help us to process the data. We'll create a streaming pipeline using Kinesis and Firos. So that can be replaced with Kafka.
no, but what industry uses Kafka, right?
So if you learn Kinesis, you can also use Kafka. Both are will be similar. So like your Kafka or Kinesis is for ingestion of data. The data is going to come from IoT systems. I want to quickly ingest the data into my storage layer. For that, you can use Kafka or Kinesis. If you learn Kinesis, it's easier to learn Kafka also. It's like ingestion of data you're going to do. So we are, as we are working only on AWS services here, so we are focusing on that, and we are going to learn here Kinesis, and we are using Firos for the integration. So we will use that can be replaced easily by Kafka.
Yeah, yeah, I know that, but
Yeah.
Kafka has a better market.
The problem here is we don't have Kafka. Kafka, you can create it here in AWS, but
Mm-hmm.
that is not easier to create and use it. Okay, so for
Okay.
okay, the problem is you have to pay here. So if you're going to create Kafka, you need to create a cluster and you have to pay it.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be difficult for you to practice. Whereas Kinesis is easier to create and easier to
Mm-hmm.
practice. Easier to do ingestion and practice with.
Okay, but not about practice. Like in real time project, what is preferred, Kinesis or Kafka?
So it's about the organization, right? So if they are
Mm-hmm.
using AWS heavily, then they are going for Kinesis. Or they are
Mm-hmm.
combining with open source thing and they have already used to Kafka, they will go for Kafka. It's about the
Mm-hmm.
organization, how they use it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine. There is one question here. PySpark code will be that in the class. Yeah, the PySpark code will be like we will cover basics and then some advanced concepts also. Okay, because we are not going to get too much into PySpark because the focus here is on AWS data engineering and in real world how data engineers are using the services, AWS services and doing transformations and building enterprise product. So that is our focus. So, but the transformation we are going to use Spark here and we will learn basics about that. So if you deep dive into Spark itself, then you cannot learn all the industrial latest tools and products. That is why we are learning basics about data frames. We are using Spark. We are learning how to optimize it and some advanced concept we are learning it. And we are using Spark. We are going to write code in Spark. We are going to write SQL, PySpark code and run it in Spark. We are not going to use OpenSearch. We are not going to learn about Docker or Kubernetes. So Docker we will use only for development. So for our local environment, for quicker installation and setup, we will use Docker. But we are not going to use Kubernetes. Kubernetes is for DevOps, for in companies, for not for data engineering, it's for DevOps. So we are not going to learn Kubernetes here. But we will use Docker for local installation and setup of software, we'll use Docker.
Will this project also cover bottlenecks that we may face in real world projects so that
Yeah,
we get
yeah, we will be covering that. So in the class sessions, we will cover interview questions and then we will cover about the frequently asked scenarios and the bottleneck production issues. Everything will be covered.
yeah, so basically I just asked because we want to be ready for scenario based questions that can be asked in interviews, right? So that's the reason. Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah. So it will be covered. So if you see here at class, right? So we have some interview question preparations. In that time, we will be covering about the technical questions, scenario questions, how to answer for that. We will be covering it also.
All right, thanks.
Hello, Vale. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Yeah,
Yes, hi. My name is Subbu.
yeah.
My background is in data analysis and data science, and
Mhm.
cloud has been like outside of my wheelhouse for like forever. And I was wondering, like in all of this, many of the terms used in this entire syllabus, I'm not familiar with. So
Mm.
I do understand that you said you'll be covering it right from the basics about AWS.
Yeah.
My question is, how well do you think in the course of this one or how many months did like 30 classes, right?
Yeah.
So in the course of these 30 classes, how well do you think we'll be able to get with respect to using cloud services for data pipeline creation? Like as you said, based on the three projects, batch processing, event driven, and streaming
Yeah.
data pipeline.
So we are
I just
starting
want to
with,
know how better we can get, and also what other things we will have to do by ourselves in between these sessions that's maybe not covered here. Is there anything that we need to keep in mind for that?
so this is going to be like a lot of real world examples and then experience, right? So, along with the course, we are going to give you assignments. So, you need to complete the assignments and we are going to work on the projects. So, when we are going to work on the projects, I'll be running and then showing it to you. So, you need to take it and then practice. So, each sections, if you practice it, you are going to like as you are in a beginner level, you are going to get into intermediate level. Okay, you may not
Okay.
get into advanced level, but at intermediate level, you can easily get it. So from after covering this course, you can easily get into intermediate level because we are
Okay.
covering most of the basic things and we are touching upon the advanced thing, which are the important one. We are touching it also. Okay, so you can easily become intermediate level. And the thing is, we are starting from basics. Slowly, we are getting into advanced level. Okay, so if you see all these services are very frequently used in organizations and heavily used in organizations. That is what we are focusing on. And there we are taking up a use case and we are solving a problem. So you understand that easier. So if you try that by yourself, you are going to learn it easily. Okay, if you are not going to try by yourself, right? It's like if you just watch it, right? You are not going to learn. So you
Yeah,
have
I
to try it
understand that.
yourself, and I can help you. So the thing is, I am going to show it to you, and
Hmm.
I have run that code multiple times. So if you stuck with the problem, like I'll be easily to answer and then solve the problem easily. Okay, so
Okay.
if you solve that, you will get the experience easily, and
Got it.
you can learn. Like the course duration is 2 months. So
Hmm.
after 2 months also, if you are going to ask questions, I'm going to help you. So it's not that 2 months course, if you are going to ask only on 2 months, right? So sometimes what will happen is 2 months of time, you will be there with me and you will be practicing a lot of things. But after 2 months also, you'll be practicing. So we have
Got
students
it.
still asking questions. I'll be answering them after the course also.
Yeah, that's the next question I wanted to ask. And it's a nice segue. What I wanted to know was in between, like, so these are weekly classes, right?
Yeah.
And in between these, like during the week, if we're working on our assignments and we come across issues, what would be the way to resolve them, or
So
how
we
can we get
have
this?
WhatsApp. So let
Yeah.
me. So we have in WhatsApp. So if you see, I am helping in the WhatsApp, right? You can see here. Today
Okay.
morning, I am helping. Like he's setting up emissions. He had issues. So I've showed demo. Then he's trying to solve. He's in the US and he's calling like asking me in the morning 11:30. So I'll be available in my morning times. I'll be
Got it.
busy in my evening time because I work. So I'll be busy in my evening time, but morning time, afternoon time, I'll be free. So I'll
Okay.
be answering like if it is a issue, right? So normally, if you see here, I answered and we resolved the issue in the WhatsApp itself because I have
Hmm.
worked multiple times. So normally, most of the issue, I'll be solving it in the WhatsApp itself.
Okay.
Sometimes if required, you can see I have a Google meeting and we had a
Got it.
call for 5 minutes and then we solve the issue. So that
Okay.
also happens.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much. Helps a lot.
Okay, fine.
That's all.
So
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
All right. So, can I take this forward now?
Yeah, yeah, you can take it over, Abhishek. Yeah,
Okay.
I
All
can
right.
stop sharing.
Um, all right, guys. I will unmute again, and if you have any question, like I will give you the chance so that you unmute. Sorry, I will mute everyone again, and if you have any question, you can anyways ask in the last again, right? So I will give you the chance so that you can again ask question. So let me cover a few of the things. Um, all right. So what I want to cover, I want to basically go through this, which is mm, all right. Let me share my screen. All right. So we already went through the introduction, why cloud, what is cloud, why and what of data engineering, tools to learn, coding is required or not, who can learn, roadmap, where to practice, right? Everything is covered. Now, few of the things I will highlight, okay? Because sometimes people feel that and they don't they actually like some what they feel I will tell you. So one of the person told that hey, like by doing this particular course, how or like will I get 3 years of experience or 4 years of experience, right? And sometimes you think about it, right? So hey, I am learning for 2 months and then how I am getting 3 years of experience, right? Is it legitimate, or these guys are just saying it, right? So this sometimes you have this question, okay? And I will tell you how it is possible, okay? Let me describe how it is possible. Hmm. Give me a moment. I need to open. It's hanging. So let me open a notepad. All right. So how it is possible, I will describe now. So suppose this particular course, in this course, duration is 30 hours. And in this particular 30 hours, we are basically like, in this 30 hours, it is actually 30 hours written, but it goes up to like, suppose approx 40 hours, 1.5 hour of class. So it approx goes to 40 hours. Now, in all these 40 hours, we are actually teaching you everything new. So each class, we are teaching you something new, right? So the people who are working professional can understand that in a company, you don't learn everything new every day, right? It doesn't happen in the company. And also at the same time, in the company, what happens is you are dependent, right? Suppose when you join a company, 1 month or 2 months going into access, somebody is handing over the project to you, and then you are having meetings to understand the project requirement, and then 1 month is went into that, and then you are having access of your computer, 1 month is going into that, then you have a team set up, then you are multiple dependencies. So in company, it takes time to move things, right? But here you start tomorrow, every day you have company already, like project already set up with you, project requirement is also with you, project data is kind of with you, right? So everything is with you. Now this duration is 40 hours. So now suppose after, for each class you need to at least invest 2 hours of time. So you need to give your time as 80 hours, right? Because 40 hours whale will speak, 80 hours at least you need to practice, right? At least you need to practice 80 hours. So if you think about it, it's 120 hours which you need to give. How many hours? 120 hours you need to give in 2 months duration of time. 2 months duration of time. So ideally, if you think about it, approximate 60 hours in a month, right? Which is around like 2 hours every day. If you give, then only this course will be completed in a good manner, right? 2 hours, not 2 hours. Yes, 2 hours every day you need to give, right? Now sometimes it's difficult to give 2 hours every day. So every day you will give 2 hours, and then every day you need to practice so that you complete, right? It's a minimum estimate, but you ideally need 2 to 3 months to complete this particular course, right? And how it is possible? Because we are doing everything real time without any error. In the company, what you also do is you have dependency and you figure out, you write your own code, you make your own pipeline. And suppose the pipeline which we show you and build you in front of you without any error, we take around 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or a month to build that in an actual company, right? So what we are doing, we are bringing that experience, making the pipeline directly, teaching you how you can make a pipeline, and you can build it and copy it by your own, so that it fasten up the process rather than you are figuring out, trying to do it using ChatGPT, using Google, and then try to resolve error. So errors are also resolved. And then once you learn that, you also do scenarios so that you also brush up what you have learned. So we will teach you A to B, but you're also doing B to C and C to D, so that you brush up, right? So that is why it's possible. Okay. And the way we teach you, you will be able to get a job in, like in India, and also you will be able to get a job in Europe. You'll be able to get a job in US. So you can also see that VAIL is already helping some of the students from US. So this course is made in such a way that this course can get you the job all across the world, not only focused in India, kind of a course curriculum we have. This particular cloud is standing everywhere, and we are teaching you everything accordingly, right? So that is the second point. Now the third point is, somebody was asking that, hey, like how the projects and everything, like how the learning journey, or somebody was asking about the interview question and everything, right? So let me show you that as well. So suppose if I go over here, if I show you the past batch we completed, right? So if I show you that, so here you can see that after every class we are giving you the setup command, and then the code and everything. After every class we are giving you that, right? And then after 10 class, one project is done, right? And then again, we are building a project, we are again building a project. And then after all of these classes, one project, another project is done, right? And then if you see everything is being done real time in front of you, taught real time without any error. So we don't get a single error during the class. Sometimes we get here and there errors, right? So that is why it's possible. Now we are again learning something, then we are doing a project, right? Again, right? And then we are looking for your feedback, then we are preparing for the interviews, right? And everything. So suppose what are the scenario, what are the bottleneck whale has faced in the job, like while he's doing the job, right? What was the team size when he was doing the job, right? Or actual project, right? So we are trying to give you the understanding, which is, and the understanding, it's not like the basic understanding, it's the understanding that once you learn it, you go, you get a job, you also prove your knowledge because you give all the interview question answers and everything, so you prove your knowledge as well, right? And then you, once you are hired, you will be able to do the job as well, because we are teaching you everything what has been done, how we have built the project that we are teaching you. And we have built architecture in such a way that we are covering all the scenarios, like, hey, batch processing, how the batch processing can be done, how the stream processing can be done. So if you are if Kafka can be costly for you, then we are also trying to teach you how you can do it in Kinesis, so that you actually get that particular experience, and then you go and implement that, right? And all of our courses are being designed in that particular manner itself. So suppose if I go over here and if I show you any sort of a course, right? Suppose let me show you the past courses, right? So if I show you this course, then this is also been set up in this particular manner. So after every class we have a homework, after every class we have a homework, after every class we have a homework. And then if you see somewhere, yeah, so project is done, 10 classes project is done, right? Same setup. And then after all of these classes, we have another project which is done. And then we are giving a scenario based question, technical answers, how to introduce yourself, how to explain a project, resume, interview question, and everything, right? So this is how it is a structured learning, right? So the people who are experienced, sometimes like you need to go to the YouTube, you need to search, hey, which course I learn, and then try to understand how I can project this particular learning in a form of a project, right? So suppose, like, generally what you will do if in general you want to learn something, right? So you will go to YouTube, you will type AWS data engineer over here, and then you will try to see that, hey, I will watch all of this playlist, and then where you struggle, that, hey, you don't understand that, hey, this is been made 1 year ago, so it's still trendy or not, and then it's still been asked in the interview or not, that you don't get it, right? And at the same time, once you learn it, once you watch all of these videos, then you fail to understand how to write in the resume, then you also fail to understand how to project that in the interview, then also you fail to understand that, hey, what are the technical challenges which this guy faced, so that I can basically answer those questions, right? So these are the questions we will help you, and the whale will be with you along the journey, so that you will be able to crack it, right? So this is the summary about everything. Now let me show you the whatever I have discussed and said in a summarized manner. So over here, if you see, we will provide you 3 years of experience, as I already told. We will be teaching you Glue, DynamoDB, Athena, Snowflake, Lambda, Kinesis, Medina architecture, Lakehouse architecture using Iceberg. Then we will be doing 3 projects, two batch processing project, one real-time processing project, and then we will be doing Snowpark certificate. And also, this course is capable enough to provide you AWS certified data engineer associate certificate. Also, you can do after the course curriculum. You will gain 3 to 4 years of experience. As I already told, this is just a repetitive point, right? Who can do this? The basic knowledge of SQL and Python, if you have, you can do this, right? This course will go for 2 months, except Wednesday and weekend. Every day the class will happen, right? 2 months, right? As I told. Tomorrow we are starting an evening batch, which is 7:30 p.m. IST, right? Which is an evening batch. We're starting tomorrow, right? So if you want to learn, start from tomorrow, right? So you can enroll today, start from tomorrow, right? And then we started a morning batch, right? On 4th of July, 9 a.m. IST. Suppose somebody wants to join a morning batch, right? You can join a morning batch as well, but 11 classes has happened. We'll give you the recording for that, but 11 classes has happened in that batch, right? Now in the evening batch, right? As I told you that it will start from tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. IST, right? 20 people only will take, right? and we have 7 seats remaining for that, right? So if you are looking for enrollment, enroll soon, because we are taking 20 people only, right? So the original price for this particular course is 20,000 rupees, but we are giving in this course in 18,500 rupees. You need to pay 10,000 rupees now, and then you can pay 8,500 rupees after a week, right? And this particular offer is valid till today, right? So you can enroll today, you can start from tomorrow, right? And then if you have a timing issue, for example, right, you can also enroll in the morning batch. The timing for that is 9 a.m. IST, right? But price of that is little less. Reason being that some classes has already happened, 11 classes has already happened, but we are giving you the recording, and also we will give you the option so that if you're not able to catch up, for example, you can learn from the recording and you can also join the future batch as well. So that is the option which we are also giving in the morning batch, right? If you join a morning batch, and then we have only one seat empty for that. So one particular person bought a recording, he shifted to the, so like one particular person was not able to complete the class, so he shifted to recording. Something happened with him, right? And then we are also giving the recording. So suppose if you want to go for recording only, you can go for recording only. So in this particular recording only, you'll get all the recording of the live classes. The only difference in the recording is you'll not get an interviews assistance, mock interview, those kind of a thing. You'll not get any recording, right? But in the live class, in this particular live class, you anyways get a recording every day. What is the difference between live class and a recording is, in live class, you attend the class live, you ask the doubt live. You also get interview assistance, mock interview, everything you get in the live. In the recording, you only get the recording and you don't get a like interview assistance, right? But syllabus wise, architecture wise, everything is same. The original price for that is 8,999, but in today's demo, we are giving is 7,999. So just to summarize, evening batch is starting from tomorrow. Timing is 7:30 p.m. IST. 7 seats are remaining. Original price is 20,000 rupees, but in today's demo, you can get it in 18,500 rupees. This particular offer is valid till today. You can also enroll for the morning batch, which has started few weeks back, right? Has a timing of 9 a.m. IST. One seat is empty over there. You can get that particular course is 17,000 rupees with the option of joining future batch as well. And recording price is 8,999, which you can get in 7,999, right? So let me share the payment link for you, with you guys, and then you can go ahead and pay, and then you can start learning from tomorrow. Give me. All right, so I pasted. Now I will unmute yourself so that you can ask questions as well if you have any. Give me a moment. All right, if you have any question, guys, you can go ahead and ask. Go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Abhishek. The question I had was regarding the morning batch.
Uh-huh.
So you mentioned that we'll get access to the next batch. Can you expand on that a little
Uh,
bit?
11 has completed. It has been started 2 weeks before. So it's the 4th July we started this batch. So 11 classes is completed in that batch, right? So you can tomorrow, but
Okay.
like you'll not understand everything because you need to catch up. So what you can do is you can catch up from the recording, right? You can start learning from the recording, right? That you can do. Because a few things are basic. So like few of the theoretical class you can watch and you can try to catch up, and Whale will assist you how to watch, like which video you can skip for now, that he will assist you. And then if you're not able to catch up, suppose after a week or after 2 weeks, you understood that, hey, it's getting difficult for me, I'm not able to catch up. Then you also attend a future batch as well, which will start next month. And then you don't need to pay for it. So we'll enroll you for the future batch as well. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm asking this particular thing is because the morning batch will suit me, but I am worried if I'll be able to catch up to
Yeah. So
to the
if you're not
live.
able to catch up, then you can anyways learn from the recording, right? And you can join the
Okay.
future batch as well.
Okay. Can you any rough idea when the future batch will be?
It will start next month, like next month end.
Okay. Cool.
And
Thank you.
that's with AWS as well.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
And Shubhu, if you can send me your number, I can just speak with you to discuss with
Yeah.
this thing. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. That's the only like morning 9 a.m. sounds like a good idea for me, but
Uh-huh.
I am also worried that if 11 classes have happened already, then I'll
Uh-huh.
have to catch up on a lot, and this is new for me. So if I do that, then what if I don't? What if I'm not able to catch up? So that's the
Yeah,
only
if you're
concern.
not able to catch up, the like you can still learn from the recording and also future batch, which will start. That is what you can do. And kindly ping me on the number so that I can speak with you as well at the same
Yeah,
time.
I've sent my number in the chat.
Okay, fine. I will speak with you.
Yeah,
All right,
thank you.
guys. Anybody has another question which you want to ask? I have the same issue as Subbu as well. Yes, ping me your number, Anirudh, and I will speak with you, please.
Hi, can you hear me? My name is Vijay.
Yeah, Vijay, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I am having around 18 to 19 years of experience in backend development, mostly in C Sharp .NET related ones actually in CPP. So I know Python basics and SQL basics. So is it okay? Kind of this so much of experience doesn't have any impact, or like how it would be for in my case?
Vale, can you please?
Yeah. So you already have a good IT experience, so it's going to help you. So you can because we are understanding different architecture, and we are working on a data engineering platform, so it will be useful for you. So you can showcase that you have experience, you have built on this projects, so you can try for the higher questions for you.
Okay. So how would be the kind of in the sense like positions or kind of the CTCs that normally like would be there? So this is a generic question actually.
So if you are going for architect roles, right? So you may you can apply for architect's role. So at present you are in like into development side or
Yeah, at present I'm into a tech lead or kind of leading a small team, and actually like on the agent side or in the CAD side related things, CAD side backend and other things actually. So I have mostly in terms of desktop applications and WPF, not into much of front end and UI related works, but yeah. So
yeah. So this whatever we are learning, it's used in the modern startups and then data platforms. So like startups, right? So they have like uh, like they are building their own platform and running on the cloud. So you may jump into senior role, or you may jump into a lead role itself, and you can look for higher packages because in the startup and then the bigger companies where with this kind of roles you have a good package thing, so you can look for that.
okay, sure. So what kind of help will be given in terms of the
So here
job?
we are learning about the architecture, the different architecture, and we are working on the projects, and we are learning on the technical aspects also. Like we are working on the ETL transformations. So you need to build the project and learn the project and understand it from the architecture side. So if you can understand that, it will be you can project it for your portfolio. Okay, and
Sure.
I'll
Thank you
be
so much.
helping you to like you can give send me your profile. So I'll tell you how you can project yourself and then how you can modify your profile. I'll tell you help you on that.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Anybody has any question which I can answer?
One last question, actually. Sorry to
Yeah.
disturb you. So, anything on the AI that is getting covered actually, because we are having some of the things like AI ops or something related to DevOps. So this come under DevOps, or is it a kind of a bigger business?
Here we are working on data pipelines, and then we are building the storing the data that will be used by consumers. Consumer is the AI, okay? So that is a different team. It's going to use this data. So we are building the data models so that AI team can use it. So we are not going to work on AI use case. The AI use case are they are different teams. They are going to work on the application, but data are provided by us. So we collect the data, we build the transformations, and we build the data models so they can use the data.
Okay, sir. Sure. Actually,
Okay.
normally we use Azure Foundry and some of the other things to set up there in the Azure data engineering for the AI and ML. Probably we have something similar in AWS. Yeah.
Okay. Here, we are going to collect from different sources, right? And in enterprise, you have data coming from different sources. So you have to collect it and you have to store it in a centralized place so that they can take it and use it. Otherwise, what will happen is they cannot go and collect it from each other system. So because in enterprise, their platform is very big and their architecture is very big actually. So they have multiple source systems. So they have to collect the data and bring it to a centralized layer. Then that data has to be moved, transformed. So then only your like machine learning or AI or analytic camp team use it.
Sure.
All right. One particular person asked that, hey, current CTC matter when you want to switch to data engineering? Yes, it's definitely matters, right? So suppose what you can do, I'm just giving a hypothetical example. So suppose if you're earning 6 LPA, right? I am earning a 6 LPA package in India. If HR calls you and asks you that, hey, what is your expectation? You cannot tell 20 LPA is my expectation. That you cannot tell. What you can also do, you can get 20 LPA package, but there is another way which you need to follow. What you need to do first, you need to basically crack 9 LPA, 10 LPA, 30% hike kind of a package. And then use that particular offer letter to again crack like 12, 13 LPA, then from 12, 13 LPA, crack 16 LPA, and then from 16 LPA, crack 20 LPA. Probably what I am saying, you feel like, yeah, Abhishek, like you're just saying some random thing, right? But I have done that, right? That is what I'm saying. And it has been done by many of my friends who are working in cloud. So it is possible. So you can crack from 6 to 10 to 15 to 20, and it is doable because in cloud you can get from, if you have like 5-6 years of experience, you can get around 20-25 very easily. If you have 7-8 years of experience, you can target up 30-35 very easily. Very easily means, yeah, it's opportunities there, but you need to learn, right? So the more package you want to have, the more you learn, so you need to put effort in that ideally. Okay, anybody has any question, guys, please I can answer.
Can you able to hear me, Abhishek?
Yes, I can hear you.
One doubt is once I buy the recording, if there is any doubt, how I can able to solve that?
So we have a dedicated WhatsApp group to clarify your doubts. Suppose I Whale was sharing the WhatsApp group, I will also share the WhatsApp group with you. So here we have this particular WhatsApp group in which we are sharing the material and also people asking doubt here, right? And then some people ping Whale directly to ask the doubt, that is also there. So we have a WhatsApp group here, people ask doubt and then we try to clarify the doubt here.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
All right, guys. Anybody has any question which I can answer? Okay, all right. If not, then let's conclude, right? So I will just repeat, right? So we have this like we have a evening batch and also we have a morning batch. If you want to join a morning batch, please ping your number and I will speak with you. I will give some options to you so that you can understand and then probably take that morning batch. If you want to join an evening batch, then you can start from tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. IST is the timing. We are looking for 7 seats more. 20 people only we are taking. The original price is 20,000 rupees. Today's demo price is 18,500 rupees. You can pay 10,000 rupees now. Rest you can pay, right? Similarly with the morning batch as well. Morning batch has a little less price. Reason being that you are basically joining a bit late. And then it has 17K price. The recording is 8,999. Recording price is 7,999. This offer is valid till today, right? So I have sent the payment link in the chat. You can use that particular link and pay, right? This particular offer will expire 11:59 p.m. IST today. And I will also send the link in the WhatsApp group. I think you guys are already in WhatsApp group, so you can use that link from there as well. If you're not able to copy, or if you want to pay after half an hour or something like that, after just like going through certain things, then you want to pay, so you can pay. Just try to enroll today. Let's start from tomorrow. And if you want to take some time, come back to us later. That is also fine. Come back to us later, right? All right, guys. So thank you so much for joining the today's class organized by us. If you have any question last, you can ask us, or else we will conclude. All right. So thank you so much for joining the demo. See you around if you are enrolling. Thank you so much. Bye.